attempt number 2 then. I think the internet, let's just say, had a little bit of a problem. Is a nice way of putting it. There we go. We are ready to go. So let me just get this new link shared out, and then we'll be ready to rock. Give me a second. So I think we, I think we're just seeing a few people having network issues tonight, and it was I got booted off, like just kicked me. But seems fine at the minute. Yeah, no problems for me. So I'm just gonna get the. Qualifying underway then, 10 minutes worth of hot laps for you. This will determine the starting grid for a 20-minute race. Those unfamiliar with the format of the Power MaXed Megane Trophy Cup, it's just a sprint. It's a sprint race basically, so just 20 minutes long. Nothing too dramatic. It is literally no tyre wear, no fuel depletion, race starts. You don't have to worry about anything other than pure racing. Get that out there. Just one more stream link to get gone, and then we'll be underway. There we go. Right, hold on, I'm with you. So let me get the keyboard settings on and all that sort of stuff. Get that on. Perfect stuff. So qualifying underway. The guys are on their out laps now. Burntfly will be looking for a good result tonight. He's not had a great start to his Megane campaign, and he's having good results in other series as well. So we'll see how he gets on tonight. He's going to be the first one to set us a qualifying time. Then we've got Apex Predator, the current championship leader. Of course, I did go through the championship standings in the last one, in the last video, but unfortunately we're not going to get to do that. But basically, Apex Predator is leading by quite a way, and then this man is second in the table at the minute, Swaggy 99. CMW Motorsport, I don't see in the lobby again tonight, is third. That's going to open the door for a couple of people to start making moves. Waste just picking himself up. A little penalty there for a track cut. Very, very easily done at Red Bull. Especially in the wet when you're trying to find the grippy line. Anthony Hunt, another man looking for redemption, has not had, again, the best start to his Power MaXed Megane career that he'd like. Tends to do quite well in other series, so again we'll see how he fares in the rain. The rain is a good equaliser of talent. One man with talent, par 46, again another one who can pull some really good results out of this one. 12th in qualifying at the minute, but here we go, the Apex Predators, really real Burntfly in there. A good sort of time to look forward to. Being the 39s is probably a good pole lap. Anything below sort of a 42 is the good region and should see you up near the top of the table. But the thing I've said with this championship is that the standings, I think last week's qualifying was, you know, a second between them all. So not really too much to worry about. So Burntfly sets a 41, Apex Predator sets a 40.6, Swaggy sets a 40.6, just behind Apex Predator's time. Gibb sets a good time of 40.9. That's good enough for third for P. Gibb at the minute. It's a great lap for the 28 Steel Seal car. 41s are sort of the order of the day for most people. I see Gino and Pav set them. Huntley sets a 42.2. Any drivers yet to set times? James Tyrwall is just about to set his time, but he's had a really slow out lap. So his time won't be anything magical. Chris Cross is yet to set a time as well. Oh no, he has set a time. And then Conrad Racing is going to be our last driver to set a time. And he's going to set us a 41.7. The battle for pole 300s per second minute between Apex Predator and Swargy. Currently 1-2 in the championship as well. So I'd expect these two drivers to be close on pace. Apex Predator's proven to be a little bit of an alien though. He's a very, very fast guy, very competitive. Yeah, he's the odds on Bucky's favourite in the Works 22 car to get a good result out of this one. Don't count out Burnfire though. He'll have been getting some slipstream here, so I think he's got some good recent experience of wet weather driving. He's just come back from Tokyo with BMW Motorsport and he's been racing there. Apex Predator sets a 40.3, so just improves his time. Swargy doesn't improve that time around. JP8 sets a 42.5. Bruce Lee Harding improves with a 41.2. He's in 6 now. One driver I'm looking from was Hunty. He does improve, he's up in 10th. It's Hunty. Pav finally gets into the 140, suppose a 140.7 now. That is good enough for third for Pav. Just 4 tenths away from pole position at the minute. It's quite close at the top. In these rainy conditions that do separate things out a little bit more, some drivers will take a lot more of a conservative approach to their laps. Some are obviously throwing a little bit more to the wall. James Tyrwall does improve to a 45.1. Conrad improves to a 41.7. James Tyrwall at the minute is popping at the bottom of the grid, 4.7 seconds off pole. Although I know he's only just got on the game, so it can take you a few laps to get into where the grip is and all that sort of stuff. You need time to find that. JPH's been very careful about how he re-enters the track in the Power Max Racing 16 car. 12th for JPH at the minute, 2.1 seconds separate him and the pole position time, but he is quite close to the top 10. Speaking of the top 10, Hunty, Mr. Anthony Hunt 20, I keep wanting to call him Hunty the Punty. I've got to get out of the habit of doing that. 10th for him at the minute as we see a car go spiralling off into the gravel. I can't really go and find out who that is right now. As we see Wace improve 41.4, Burpfire improves to 41.0. The top 3 remain unchanged. Going into the final 3 minutes of qualifying. Let's just see if Hunty can improve his time. He's got to make up 4 attempts to get into the top 10 now. He's not going to do that at 149.3. Not good enough at all. Swargy has improved his time, 2.5 attempts behind Apex Predator now in terms of pace. Pav 46, very close to that front row of the grid, just 1 tenth separates him. And looking forward with no cars in front of him, he is just down now coming through sector 1. P. Gibb, good first time for P. Gibb. He's just half a second away from pole. We'll see if he can improve it in the remaining laps. Burt still made an improvement. He's just about to come across to a timing line as well, so we'll get to see. No, he's unfortunately not improving. Let's have a quick cheeky look at the live timing board. Apex Predator's on purple, sector 2. Jaino was personal best. Anthony Hunt was personal best in sector 1 as well, so we'll keep an eye on those guys. Jaino currently resides 6 on the 3rd row of the grid. Swargy, I don't think he was up on his time. He needs to get into the 39s if he wants pole, and he just picks up a penalty right at the end of the lap. Apex Predator doesn't look to have made an effort in there. I think he's going to go for another one though. Let's have a quick look at Gino. In fact, let's see if we can load the sector times up again. Some time was lost, but Anthony Hunt is on a rampage. Personal best sector 1, personal best sector 2. Can he make it? The triple threat. Anthony Hunt, with a bit of a lap from the gods, takes 8 tenths out of his time and sticks himself a few places up the grid into 7th. Just 2 tenths behind Gino, so he's going to start the 4th over the grid now, unless anyone else from behind manages to better him. That was a great lap. Very, very, very big improvement on what he was doing before. Lots of PBs set to 1 in the mid-table though, so anything could happen yet. Bruce Lee, Harding and Waste both setting personal best first sectors, and Gino's just done the exact same thing. So indeed, as it stands, there's a lot that could change. Let's just flick to this mid-pack and see if we can see what's going on. Gino then. Just come around sector 1 now. Bruce Lee, Harding, whereabouts are you? You're right in the thick of it. This is going to be the last lap for most people now. Swoggy's giving up Apex Predator. Let's just have a quick look at the timings. Yeah, so a few in that mid-pack were improving, a few haven't. Burnt Fry's going to come across the line, doesn't improve his time. Let's have a look at see if Waste and anyone can improve. Can they? No improvement set from them. P. Gibb, does he improve? No. Bruce Lee has got a penalty. JPX99 does improve in the end, takes half a second off his time, puts himself in 12th position. So a good lap eventually there from Hunty improves again, a 41.2 for Hunty. It's not enough to pip him ahead of Gino, but it is good enough for 7th, which to be fair he'll probably be happy with at the minute. Chris Cross, who just got demoted by JPH, stays in 13th place. I think that's it for people on hot laps, so just a confirmation of your pole sitter is Apex Predator, a 140.3 for him. It's a very short little uphill run to turn 1, and then you've got a good long straight to technically what is turn 3 that the cars are going around now. So 20 minutes of moist action lie ahead of you, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers will be sopping wet through after this, but they'll be relieved they've done it. Red Bull Ring in the wet does always produce some drama, is probably the right way of saying it, just because of the way the cars act in this weather. These Meganes, unlike your Meganes at home, are rear-wheel drive, and they haven't got much weight over those rear wheels either. It's quite a wide track on the Megane, but there's not a lot of weight on there, so the back ends can be quite lively. It's confirmation of your starting grid as you just saw before, so we'll wait and see if everyone gets away cleanly. Getting a good start is going to be quite important to the rest of your race. As the lights go out, Pav 46 really bogs down from the start. He's going to lose a ton of positions. Burntfry's straight past him, and it looks like Gino's going to make a move up the inside of Pav as well. Pav tries to go defensive, but he's not really going to be able to defend that. Burntfry goes wide. There's not a lot of grip out there. Burntfry's going to have to be very careful. He's up to 3rd. There's a bit of a queue forming behind P. Gibb though. Pav 46 has gone down to 7th now, as technical issues on the grid stopped Waste from getting away by the looks of things, and he's had to retire from the race early. 3 wide there through turn 3. Anthony Hunt up to 8th now for the number 120 Masterbolt car, and already looking to make a move on Conrad Racing. You see just how much spray drivers are having to face, and Hunty makes a lovely move up the inside of Conrad there. As you just see Conrad spin it, he's going to do the full 360, and that is exactly how easy it is to make a mistake at Red Bull Ring in the wet. Let's go and have another quick look at that move from Hunty then. You see just a lack of visibility So Conrad Racing, just easy on the brakes, gave Anthony Hunt plenty of room to make a move down the inside, plenty of respect shown between those two guys, but Conrad just caught two wheels on the AstroTurf on the left hand side there, and unfortunately now he's lapping all the way down in 13th and last. Meanwhile, top of the pack, Apex Predator leading away by 1.6 seconds. He starts building up to Swaggy and Burt Fry behind him. Pav 46 has worked himself all the way back up to 4th. I don't know if there's been any incidents that have chucked people back, because I see Jaino is down in 8th now. I suspect it's probably more to do with the weather than anything else. Pav 46 doing a good job in 4th in the number 46 fast car. So Burt Fry is making an attack on Swaggy there. Swaggy's defending though. Let's go on board the Sales iCar. He goes for the cutback. Is he going to make that move done? He gets the traction down really nicely. It's going to be a drag all the way down to T4. Burt Fry's going to have that move made. Can Swaggy answer him in any way? Burt Fry importantly doesn't defend this, but Swaggy doesn't go for the dive. Nice and patient. Burt Fry goes quite deep on the brakes. Swaggy just coasts the car through the corner quite nicely and ensures he can get a good exit. So good driving from the second in the championship driver, Swaggy 98. He's going to be looking to either work with Burt Fry in the early stages and not risk losing too many positions, or will go straight for that place. By saying that, he's just picked up a half-second penalty for a minor track infringement. Welcome to GT Sport, ladies and gentlemen. You even look at that line wrong, and you get a penalty for it. So he's going to have to serve that at some point before the end of the race, but I don't think there's any specific rules on when he has to serve it. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Portugal Don having a good race in 5th then. He's sort of leading this mid-pack battle, which consists of himself, Pete Gibb and Anthony Hunt. Jaino's just fallen off the back of that. Does Pete Gibb go for the move into T1? Portugal Don sees it, gives plenty of room. Just took straight back under the rear end of the number 28 Steel Seal car ahead. May potentially want to get that move made back. I have a problem calling it T3, but I've kind of got to, because that's what it is. Portugal Don does sail over the inside, carries a lot of speed into that corner. I've fair to say he's gone deep. He has. Pete Gibbs able to get that move made back on the inside. Hunty was looking optimistic as well. Let's jump on board with the Master Vault car. He's just looking at the back end of Portugal Don at the minute and sizing him up. Will he go for the same move he made on Conrad Racing? No, Portugal Don blocks it. Hunty's actually got to avert his line a little bit to prevent a collision with Portugal Don, which he does very well. All racing resumes in the midfield. Portugal Don did look to get a little bit squiggly coming out of there, but Hunty's not able to make advantage of it. Meanwhile, Jaino and the Adrian Flux 13 car trying to chase these guys down, and he's reeling them in. Bruce Lee Harding leading away. Another little entourage is probably the word behind him, as we see everyone go sideways. JPH99, Chris Cross and Conrad Racing all involved in this little scrap. We've got just 12 cars in this race today, so these 12 cars are the ones you see in front of you right now. So there are, quite early on, 3 distinct little groups. So there is the battle for 3rd. Pav 46 has got past Swaggy somewhere. I missed that. Sorry, Pav. So Swaggy now was 2nd in the race. Is now 3rd. Sorry, he's now 4th. With Pav 46 not really feeling like he necessarily has to defend this one too much. We just saw Anthony Hunt and Jaino scrapping it. I think Jaino went for a move on Hunty. Made a mistake. No, that's Netco. Ignore it. It's just the internet connection being a little bit unstable. Hunty though somewhere has lost a load of time from ahead. I make the assumption that he's made a mistake somewhere, although that's not an assumption I like to make, but it would certainly make sense based on the fact he's now 1.4 seconds down from the guys ahead. He was well and truly involved in that fight before. sipping me ice cold orange juice. J Coleman 89, welcome to the lobby. I'm afraid the race has started. I don't know who you are either, but welcome along, come and watch. Connor Racing up to 11th then. So we do have 13 cars in this one. James Tirewald is that? I didn't even see him, sorry James. I ignored you for 7 minutes, my apologies mate. Battle for second. Oh, Swoggy's back up there. Dare I say Bertfry might have made a mistake. Let's go back and have a quick look at that and just see if anything did happen that we caught on camera. I think Bertfry just got it a little bit wrong in the infield section. Yeah, he's a little bit out of shape there. So Bertfry's gone from second to fourth now. And he's going to look to put moves on. His path just goes up the inside of Swoggy. Swoggy sees it. Swoggy gets a little bit, just a little bit tail happy on the exit of that, on the exit of turn 3. All this fighting is letting the guys behind catch up. Gibb goes very deep on the brakes, a little bit of contact with Bertfry there. Saw that coming. I don't think there's much Bertfry could do to get out of the way of it. It was only a small tap. Now Pav 46, second in the race. As we approach the halfway mark, but Apex Predator has pulled a 7.6 second gap now because of all this fighting. All these cars now are just coming together now. It's a bit weird. Normally you see little fights break out, but everyone is just starting to converge into one big battle for second place. Because behind this group for fourth, P Gibb starting to approach onto that. Just behind P Gibb is the current battle for sixth, which is currently between Portugal Don and Anthony Hunt. Anthony Hunt coming out of the last corner, got a brilliant drive on Portugal Don. Turn one's not really an overtaking spot though, unless he decides to make it into one. He does pull out of the slipstream. Does Portugal Don comply or does he fight it? He's pretty compliant. He puts that Megane sideways on the entry there. That's a good car control by Portugal. Don fights it, unfortunately. That's just meant that Jaino has been able to go from 8th to 6th in one corner. I do appreciate those little scraps evolving all over the shop. Like a little bit further up, for example. And Portugal Don's gone deep again. Can Anthony Hunt get the run on him? This time Anthony Hunt's going to have to go a long way around if he wants 7th place. So far nothing doing. Checking in on the guys ahead. They're still very close in the battle for second. Pav, Swoggy and Bertfry involved in that little scrap. 1.3 seconds behind Bertfry is P Gibb, who's looking to latch onto the back of that. This is a look back from Pav's car. See just how much spray he's kicking up. Good thing for Pav, he'll not be getting any spray in his face at the minute. He's got 8 seconds of clear track ahead of him. Kind of the benefit of being in clear air on a rainy circuit, you're not getting all this spray kicked up in your face. We'll just ride on board with Bertfry. It's not massively off-putting, but soon, you know, when you're trying to spot a braking marker, for example, and you've got a torrent of water in your face, it is far from ideal. It's the best way I can put it. Anthony Hunt has got 7th from somewhere. He must have made a pass on Portugal Don. Portugal Don's carrying a little penalty, so suffice to say he's had a little off, perhaps. A little bit further back, Conrad Racing up to 10th with JPH making chase in 11th. Apologies boys, I'm missing this little fight at the back a little bit, but it's all sort of kicking off right ahead of you. Conrad just struggling with the traction as he gets out of turn 3. We'll just ride on board with JPH just for a little bit and see if we can spot anything that he does. JP's been very conservative on this element. He's coasting the car into the corners. proving a good tactic for keeping him on the circuit. That'll give him all. Swoggy is up to second. Pav 46, a little bit of an off somewhere. Let's see if the replay cameras caught that. It did. Pav just went a little bit deep. Turn 4, he tried to fight it back. Turn 5, but unfortunately Swoggy just got a better drive out the previous corner. Cliche, thanks for dropping in, my friend. Thank you for popping by. Hope you're well. With the Renault Megane Power MaXed trophy. You can see on the screen there, we've only got 8 minutes left of this one. As Monty is fighting off a Portuguese Armada coming in from behind. Yeah, nice little short race from a very wet Red Bull. Portugal don't got a great run out of there though. It's going to be under attack. So the Master Vault guys will be chewing the end of their fingers off, which will be turning into nubs very soon if one keeps giving up positions like he is. We say that forgetting that the lad started in 11th, so he's doing well. Apex Predator, oh wait, sorry, I was just going to say Apex Predator's bossing it in front. But we're seeing action for second yet again. Swoggy and Pav, good little battle evolving between these two guys. Side by side coming off turn 3. Yeah, good battle between these two, very nice and respectful from what I can tell. Burntfly's got a front row seat for this, but I bet he wishes that he was in that second spot right about now. Sorry, wrong button. That's the one I wanted to press. So Burnfly is right on the back of Pav now. At the 6-minute mark of the race. So now is probably when we start to see these Meganes get a little bit more scrappy. Track position at this point in the race is pretty much everything. So it's about for second still going on. Swoggy went really deep into T1 now. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't end up picking up a penalty for that. See how nice the game is to him. Meanwhile, Gibb and Burntfly pretty close together for 4th. Just P. Gibb for the move, no thinks better of it. Instead, Burntfly goes a little bit deep on the brakes to Pav. That being said, the contact didn't seem to do Pav any harm at all. In fact, it's given him a little bit of a boost towards the guy ahead. Anthony Hunt up to 6 now. We've missed that. Sorry, Hunty. So yeah, Anthony Hunt with a little bit clear air ahead of him now can hopefully start putting his foot down and keep this 6th place at the very least. Jano behind him does go deep. Jano does very well not to dip a wheel on the AstroTurf and spin the rears up. I've seen a few people do that. Hunty takes a very deep line, goes for the late apex. It's all about just trying to keep the car stable in this infield. So there's a little bit of elevation change in there. You are dealing with less grip than you would like. Not much has changed at the back, I'm afraid, so I'm afraid you guys are getting very little coverage. I'll come and check in on you for the time being, but I do hope you forgive me. There's a lot of battling going on right up ahead. Quick note back to Apex Predator, who set the fastest lap of the race so far, 39.9, so faster than we saw in qualifying. Burntfly now having to take to the escape road on T1. He does pick up a little bit of a penalty for that. We saw Swoggy do the same thing earlier on. The game didn't penalise him for it, so I'm not quite sure why that might be. So both of these guys actually able to serve their penalties straight away on the braking zone for turn 3. Pav probably has a tiny bit of his remaining. Conrad up to 8th now. Conrad's had a great old Jano's had an off somewhere. Let's see if we can spot what happened to Jano. It's a 7th place for Jano, and yeah, just the back end swaps around on him. It's very unfortunate, but he does well to get the car back on the circuit because there is even less grip out on that wet, soggy grass. But JPH is chasing him now. It's all good news for Conrad Racing though. Conrad Racing has gone from pretty much the back of the pack in this grid to 8th now. He's making moves forward. We saw him, I think it was lap 1, sort of drop it at the bottom of turn 4. Just been on a recovery race ever since, but he's just kept his nose clean ever since. So he's had a good race as Conrad. Let's check back in on this fight for seconds. Swoggy just about leading this. Having Bertfly fighting it out for the last podium position. 3 minutes left now, so we're going to have another 2 laps at least. Probably then another one. Maybe one after that for some others. We'll see where they fall out. Does Bertfire look to be on the attack against Pav? He certainly is. Goes up the inside. Pav actually has to serve his penalty though, and just chooses to do that at that point. So it's Bertfire now up to 3rd. Both of the drivers were 2nd at one point in the race, so they'll want to at least reclaim that last podium position if Swoggy is indeed getting away, because if that's what he's doing at the minute, he is breaking away ever so slow, ever so slightly. Anthony Hunt quite comfortable now. He's got a small gap ahead and a small gap behind. The gap behind isn't really decreasing. In fact, he's building a gap. So as long as Hunty can just keep his head about him, he's just got to keep it on for one more lap and he should be golden. Be a good result for Hunty, 6th. I think he'll be quite happy with that one. Man of the moment, Apex Predator, comes on to start his final lap. The next lap will be the last lap for everyone then. Apex Predator's had a pretty flawless sort of 12 laps so far. All credit to him, he's had a brilliant qualifying race. Swoggy currently leads the battle for 2nd, which is still raging on. Bertfly needs to hold off Pav 46 for the remainder of the lap to claim the last podium position. P-Give is looking for those guys to fight and steal in there. Anthony Hunt we've just spoke about. Conrad Racing up to 7th now. So he's had a fantastic race, Conrad. After, if you discount lap 1, he's had a great race. Been involved in a lot, so that battle is far from over. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 cars involved in that battle for 7th still, so anything can really happen there. JPX 99 11th, we've got Chris Cross in 12th and James Tyrwell 13th place. Oh, Burnfly just drops it, just drops a wheel on the rough stuff on the outside. That's going to give him less grip. Got board with Pav 46 as he stares at the back of that 77 Sales iCar. This is where your nerves really do start jangling then. Let's just give Apex Predator a little bit of credit as he crosses the line. Another win for Apex Predator, on a great season. There is a battle raging on behind you there, I'm afraid, my friend, so we're just going to watch that and then we'll give you some kudos after the race. So Swoggy comes home to take 2nd place, so a good race for Swoggy, he'll be happy with that. Bertfly eventually claims 3rd, Pam in 4th and P-Gib in 5th. Eventually Anthony Hunt, 6th place for him, seems happy enough with that. Good job Hunty. Conrad happy with 7th for him, I think. Bruce Lee Harding comes home in 8th. Janino has to get rid of the penalty, so just holds on to 9th. Portugal Don in 10th. JPX 99 in 11th. Chris Cross in the Zerko Tech 42 car is going to claim 11th place. And then last, but by no means least, sorry we've not really given you much coverage in the 64 Hampshire car. But as you can hopefully appreciate when you watch this back, there was a lot of fighting going on up ahead, so we're kind of eager to look at that. So that's your race, ladies and gents. Confirmation of final standings. yeah, so that's pretty much a lot for the time being. I'm sure we'll have some of the boys in the chat in just a second to share their experiences. Not happy with that result. So let's look at the result, shall we? 3rd place, mate. You can't be too mad at that. It's higher than you qualified, so shut up, won't you? Yeah, JPH, I think you went about it the right way there, mate. You had a cautious approach. I did a few on board with you and you had a very cautious approach, which is probably the best way to do that. In terms of driver of the day, who would you pick for this? Yeah, it's a tough one. So I've got a few people in mind. So one of them is Anthony Hunt, probably my first pick. A great drive from him, lots of battling, especially in the early stages of the race. Finished quite a few places higher from what he qualified. I think it's his best result of the season so far. So for me, Anthony Hunt, driver of the day, quite happy with that. Some other notable mentions from Burnt Fry, best finish from him yet so far. He's in a really good run of form. He's certainly been with a good shout, and again higher than he qualified. Or someone like Apex Predator for absolutely beasting the race and finishing 14.5 seconds ahead of everyone else. Who knows? I was just about to overtake Sforgy on the last lap and got it fit. Yeah, but you kind of got to expect. Burnt Fire, mate. You're racing in the wet. It'll happen from time to time, but you've got a podium finish on in a championship that you said to me a week ago you didn't feel like you were that good at, and you were struggling with the cars. You've just come out a podium, so be happy with it, mate. You know what I mean? Like, appreciate your wins and don't concentrate on your fails, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to be all nice. Next week is break week. Aha, right, thank you for that. I didn't realise that. Yeah, so no Megane's next Thursday. The mid-season break kicks in next week, so we'll be having a little bit of a week off. The drivers will unfortunately not be able to jet off for exotic summer vacations. They'll probably have to go to the back garden and drink some San Miguel just to make up for it. But yeah, we'll have a week's break nonetheless. Anthony Hunt, finally a good result. Was a good result, yeah. And you're my driver of the day pick, personally, because I just think you had a solid night. Qualifying didn't really seem to go your way, but you capitalised on poor starts from other people. You put your car, just seemed to have your car in the right place at the right time. Made moves when you could, and stayed patient when you couldn't make the moves. Yeah, it was a good performance, mate. I was quite impressed with it. So yeah, you would be my pick for driver of the day if we did one. Possible team versus team for next week. Okay, well, keep me posted, mate. Keep me posted and let me know. Okay, so that is end of stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, next week there is no Meganes, but we may have something else, who knows. I'll be posting in the usual places if that is the case. Next videos live on the channel are going to be my race reviews from a recent race series I've been involved in. Just a reminder, of course, that this whole series that you're watching now is sponsored by MaXed Racing. I encourage you to support them as they have supported us and all the sort of e-racing that's been going on at the minute. And thank you to all the organisers and everyone who's set everything up. So yeah, I'll bid you farewell. I will thank you for joining in with the fun, and I'll catch you in a future stream. Bye bye.